Hello, everybody. Well, it's time to get up. Oh, maybe not. Oh, it's cold. I don't want to go out. Do I have to get up and go out? Purr. It's like, I don't know, 14, 15 degrees. Ugh. Burr. Yeah, so, yeah, it's like, I don't know, 14, 15, and it's cold. And my feet got cold last night again, but I struggled with that for a little while, but then I just simply grabbed one of these, the super warmer, and, well, threw it at the bottom of my bag. Actually kind of held it between my feet, my toes. Even with these really good merino wool socks I got, they just still get cold. The rest of me was pretty good though. At first I was a little chilled, but you can kind of see what I did here. So I wrapped, this is one of those emergency sleeping bags things. It's a sack. And I simply turned it inside out and wrapped my air pad in that, or put my air pad inside of it, because air naturally is cold. Yeah, so that was tough for a little while, but I figured I'd do that so any heat kind of bounce back, you know what I'm saying? So it actually worked pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with that program, and still loving my Big Agnes Ultra Air, or Air something, whatever it is. Air Core Ultra. Although I still didn't sleep that well last night. I don't know what it was. Tucked away in my sleeping bag. Trying to breathe in here. You can't really breathe in there all the time, so you got to stick your face up through that little hole in your sleeping bag, Anyway, so my tent is actually ice crystalled over. The ventilation in here sucks. This here, there's that little tab right there. I got two of these. I got that one and that one over there. These things are flimsy. So when I put them up last night, they just basically collapse. And it doesn't do, don't hit the tent. It rained in here now. Oh goodness. So I did that, and then of course I leave that open a little bit. The zipper's there for a little more air and ventilation, but it still didn't work out very well. Probably because this tent has a snow skirt. Here we go again. I didn't pull it all the way out. But anyway, aside that, you guys, I've got to get up and get rolling because I've got a big climb today. I've got probably a 16-mile day today. The first half of it's going to be rough because I'm going to go summit Mount Timpanogos. And it's going to take probably 8-9 hours to do today, depending on how this all works out. But I'm going to ditch most of my gear in the trees. Just take a little bit in my pack, just things I may need, just in case. But like my tent and my heavier stuff and like that, I'll just leave behind, because I don't want to climb up this big mountain we got coming up here. So anyhow, yeah, I want to be done before dark, and I don't know if that's going to happen because of the daylight we have nowadays. But we're gonna give it a shot. But I've got to get up and I got to get moving within 30 minutes. And it's cold outside, so I'll be out there climbing, breaking a sweat while it's 15 degrees. Woohoo! So yeah, you guys, I'll come back to you here as we get moving and get rolling up that mountain. All right, guys. So we'll see you in a bit. Peace out. Hello, my friends. All right, you see behind me where I had camp? Right there. Camp's broke. I got most of my stuff ditched. I got my sleeping bag, emergency blanket, first aid kit, water, food. That's all I got in my pack. It weighs like 8 pounds, 7 pounds maybe. 2, 4, maybe 7 pounds. There's the view, and straight up this mountain. Straight up. And then we'll hit that ridge, and we'll head to the east, southeast. For Timpanogos, it's about 4 miles to summit. And I'll come back to you as we get rolling up there, but I'm gonna start heading up this hill. So, interesting thing, and I got it on video. It's coming. Actually, you've probably already seen it. Search and rescue helicopter came running through here. That was pretty cool. Actually, I'll post that video right after this one. But yeah, that was pretty cool, but unfortunately, that probably means they're going to work. These mountains we're in right now, all around here, people are always getting lost, people are always getting hurt, and sometimes they don't make it. So anyway, here we go. Let's go. Hello, my friends. All right, so it's cold. It's cold. I'm exposed. It's windy. You know, my goal is to get to Mount Timpanogos, but unfortunately, I'm calling it quits. For my own safety, and I'm not going to make it before dark. So the problem is I didn't realize, so there's 2 trails that's listed on All Trails that take you to the summit of Mount Timpanogos. I did that one last weekend, and of course I didn't have my camera, or at least my camera died. I was out of battery. So anyhow, I was gonna go to the other one. The road was closed. I don't know what's going on. So I started looking at some maps and thought, hey, there's another trail. I underestimated this trail. I did not pay close attention to the elevation changes. It's ruthless. This trail is mean. It's already taken me an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes to go not even a mile yet. I haven't even got a mile. It's very loose rock. You can see some of this, but look at this. I'm that close. Well, I got to get to the top of that, and then it's kind of a ridge walk, but it goes up and down and some other rock. It's loose rock. So I got like another 3.5 miles to go before I reach that, and there's just no way I'm gonna make it there and then back down, because it's gonna be like a 16-mile day, and I'll never make it back by dark. Now I do have my headlamp, I do have a first aid kit, I do have, you know, stuff just in case, but what I don't have are my spikes. I left them in the car, but I left them on purpose because when I was looking up at the mountain, I'm like, oh, there's no snow. But what I didn't realize is that I'm on the north face now, and some of this trail and going up some of this rock, I've already encountered some and slipped a couple of times. The last thing I want to do is slip and slide down anything that steep. Okay, obviously nothing like that, but once you get sliding, there ain't no stopping probably, and it would hurt. I'm not gonna take the chance. I'm not gonna risk it. I love adventure. I love being up here. I really want to get up there, but I just can't risk it anymore. But you guys, look at this amazing view from this point. It's so awesome. And another thing is Search and Rescue is actually doing some work up here. I saw them fly by yesterday. They went by, and then a little later on they went by when they went back in the evening. But then they came up this morning. They came right up the canyon. I got that video, you saw that. But they're working right up over this mountain and in this little canyon, right here. So I don't know what's going on, but anyway, let's look at the rest of this view, you guys. I really hate to quit. Now, if you're looking out here, that's the Salt Lake City Valley, all through there, and then if you're looking right down in here, that's like the city of Alpine. Then you got Utah County, you got Lehigh, and just some other cities. But anyway, you guys, oh man, I just really hate to do this, but man, because I really wanted to get the view from up there, because not only is there the view of that, but there's the view of the other side as well. But if you guys remember last weekend, I got views of that side. So, but anyhow, man, it's just absolutely beautiful over here. If you look over here, there's peaks over here. There's you get up there, that's Lone Peak, and I've been up there before, and that's mean. That's a mean climb too. So, but yep, gotta call it quits, you guys. But I've got still plenty of hiking to do today. I might make it back to the car by dark. But yeah, there's just no way I'm going to make it by dark. Even if I did have my spikes, I'd still probably turn back. Just the fact because I don't want to get stuck up here in the dark, even though I got a flashlight. But it is cold. It's like 15, 16 to 18 degrees at best, with the wind chill of who knows. But it is cold, and I'm going to get off of here so I can get moving again. But we'll see you guys later, all right? Bye-bye. Hello everybody. All right, so I have, let's see if I can find a good spot. Oh yeah. To bask in the sun for a minute. Holy cow. All right, so I just got back down out of the sketchiness up above there, and where I had decided to call it for the day, or as far as going up to Mount Timpanogos, up this mountain and across that ridge. I got to a spot, we talked about that earlier, I had mentioned it just I just wasn't feeling comfortable getting up into that rock, and it's very slick and some ice patches and snow on that north face. I still had to kind of go around that north face to get up around to the peak of this mountain here. So and then of course, not to mention, you got search and rescue doing some work over here, so that kind of gets into your mental psyche, right? No, but bottom line is, number one, I was a little uncomfortable. Okay, so safety is should always come first. When you're out in the wilderness like this, especially when you're exposed to the elements. It was very windy and cold up there. I feel so much better in the sun. It's got to be like 25 degrees now. That's about a 10-degree difference than what it was earlier. But I've still got about 7-8 miles, maybe 7 miles to go before I get back to the car. And it would have been a total of probably around 16 miles total today had I continued on. And here's the problem. It took me twice as long to go this 1 mile as I expected. And I add that on to what I think it's going to take me to get to the summit of Timpanogos, which I have no clue, because I don't know what it's like. I don't know what that trail is like. I know it's got some ups and downs. Looking at the map, looking at the elevation changes, But if it's a lot of rock and loose rock like what I've been in here, it's going to take me longer to get there and back. I don't want to be going through this loose rock in the dark. There's no doubt in my mind that I would be hiking in the dark tonight, if I continued on. And the last thing I want to do is come across some of this sketchy, slippery stuff in the dark. I'm alone out here by myself. And if I was to slip and even twist an ankle or bust something up, I'm a phone call away. But the problem is that phone call could be a very expensive phone call, meaning that if search and rescue had to come and get me, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. So you guys, you always want to remember that, especially if you're alone, to make sure there's nothing wrong with taking on a challenge and pushing yourself. But there's got to be a limit, and that limit, when it comes to safety, when it could be, getting hurt and having to be rescued, or worse, you need to kind of back off. And so I did that. I backed off. Number one was I was starting to feel uncomfortable, and then looking at the time, knowing I wasn't going to make it back, because I could certainly take my time and take it easy to get it through there. But coming back in the dark is just not an option. Not an option. Not here. Not in this temperatures at night. I have what I need to stay the night again if I needed to. But that's not the point. The point is I want to get down. But anyway, so safety and timing has made me call this trip to an end. Or at least to summit. Like I said, I've still got, a few miles to go. I'll probably wander around a little bit on some of these other hills. There's some other trails down there, just some moderate trails that I'll probably take and whatnot. Oh, man, I should have drank this before I went up that mountain. That energy, whew. It's been a steep mountain though, no doubt. And these trails on this mountain here, they're not, I mean, they're more like a game trail. So there is evidence, though, of other people being up here. First of all, there's a fire pit here. And a bag. Pumpkin spice chewy granola bar. Who had that? I found these two items in this fire pit. I'll take them with me. But come on, people, is it really that difficult to put your garbage in your pocket or your pack? Come on, guys. I don't mind seeing a fire pit. That's awesome. But seeing the garbage in it, that's not cool, you guys. Let's make sure that we're picking up after ourselves while we're on the trail, all right? Nobody wants to walk up on garbage. But I'll take that down. But no, so there's evidence of people being up here. But I also did see some other footprints in the dirt up here. So there's certainly been other people up here. I'd like to find those people and ask them what the rest of the trail is like. I think I would do this again in the summertime. But it's certainly a heck of a climb. I've hiking the entire Appalachian Trail. There were some climbs, and I'm not talking like rock scrambles. I mean, there's no doubt like Katahdin was crazy rock scramble, like coming down especially. But there's some other hills that would match this. So I'm willing to take it on. I don't mind that challenge. But holy cow, whew, I need more time in a day. But anyway, you guys, I'm going to just kind of sit here and bask in the sun for a minute and relax and enjoy this, since I've got a little extra time on my hands now. And I've already shown you guys this view many a time, but how about if I show you one more time? But I'm just going to sit here and look at this and enjoy it. Man, this is awesome. I don't know what you guys are doing right now. I don't know what you guys do on the weekends, but this is amazing. This is amazing. Let me show you guys one more time what this view is like. So I think I told you guys pretty much what I wanted to say. You know, be safe, be smart. If you're uncomfortable to the point where it's scaring you, you might want to back off. That and the combination of the timing thing for me. But you guys, you just don't want to put yourselves in danger. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you're having to put other people at risk as well. I don't mind the adventure. I don't mind some risk. Not this one. Not this one. It's crazy mean up there. It's, yeah, it's that stuff is not to be, you know, that's to be respected. That kind of terrain is to be respected. So, but yeah, I'm gonna have fun the rest of the day. We'll get down. I'll get down this afternoon yet, and I'm probably gonna go find like some all-you-can-eat or something. Man, I am hungry. Man, I'm hungry. What I would do for I don't know. How about all-you-can-eat sushi? I'm liking that idea. Let me show you guys around, all right? All right, one more time. Look at that. I don't know if you can see, the moon is still out. Here it is, what, 11 o'clock or something like that, and the moon is still out. 11:30, I think. Oops. All right, that was fun. All that, I just come down through that. Yeah, so I know I said bushwhacking, but you can kind of see there's like a lot of deer trails, game trails around. And you know, they're pretty easy to follow for the most part until you get into that scrub oak stuff like that. That stuff's dangerous. I think I got wounds. Good thing I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, and I got a little bit of a tear right here, but no big deal. I think I might have drew a little blood on my shin. That's all right, but check this out. This is cool. There's a little stream right here. Let me rephrase that. There's a little spring right here. Look at that. Coming right out of that rock there. My shadow's probably screwing it up. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but sure enough, I wonder if I can drink that. I've got water, but I don't know. But this is pretty cool. Now I want to drink of water. Anyway, well, I'm moving pretty quick actually through here. You can see I actually got to go down that canyon right there. That's Grove Canyon, and there's my mountain. I think next time I should go up the face. Anyway, that's all. See you later. Hello everybody. Okay, so I just want to show you this hill here, just over that, probably about a quarter mile. Actually, you can see the pine trees. There you go, right there, the pine trees. I was camped just below those pines last night, and this morning, a little bit before 8, I followed that ridge right up to right in there. Okay, oh, now that's my finger's messing with it. Those cliffs right there, I had gone, those darn pines right there, I'd gone just on the other side of that, and that trail kind of circles around, goes around that that mountain there, that peak there, and well, I don't know, well, it does, but I don't know, I couldn't really tell if it goes up the hill a little bit more and it scales across the, it does go around that. But anyway, it's hard to find the trail. It was snow covered on that side, ice and whatnot. And then eventually I got to come up to the peak and peak that. And then it's a ridge walk. Oh, I'm sorry, peak that. There we go. So we come around there and then come up on the other side and peak that. And then it's a ridge walk. Now, looking at this, now I know there's no way I would have made it there and back by dark, because you can see I got to come down. Sorry, my finger's messing that up. And then back up to that little peak there, and then down, and then up over across the ridge there, and there's that little knob, that little peak right there. And then you drop down the other side of that, and that next one you see right there, that's the summit of Timp, right over in there. Now if you guys watched last week's video, I took pictures from the other side of that, and I was camped right below that, and you'll see pictures I have, pictures and video I have. Let me come over here, this finger, of that deal there. Okay, so I have photos of that. But yeah, there's no way I would have made it getting there and then all the way back up, down, up into that, up, and drop back down in there, the middle of your screen. I'm gonna try to stay in the middle of the screen. Drop back down and then come back around and come back around those cliffs there and come back across and then down. And then I still had to, oh, let me pull this back out, I'm sorry. And then I still had to come down and around and come back out on the trail I'm on now. Actually, I'm on a little bit different of a trail. The actual trail goes through here, through those aspens, back out into the clear, up into those aspens, and then drops back down over there. And I decided to kind of bushwhack a little bit and come over. There's like a road here, but I'll be going off that road again. I'm going to bushwhack again through here, and I'll meet up with that trail here, just over here in the clearing here somewhere. So, but yeah, and I still have, maybe 4 or 5 miles to 5 miles to go because I still need to get over into there and then drop back down through into the canyon, which will take me back down. So I'm really feeling good about my decision, because it does eat me up a little bit. But so yeah, just looking at that, knowing I wouldn't have made it by dark. So we'll just have to do a little bit of planning. But we'll see you guys later. Hello, my friends. All right, so I've actually made some pretty dang good time coming down bushwhacking slash deer trail. Basically what I did is I was on the trail, and I looked at the map, drew kind of a straight line from the map to the trail leading into this canyon that I'm in right now, and that is the direction I went to cut off some time. Now I find this interesting. I'm probably an hour to an hour and a half, well, probably an hour and a half before I reach the bottom to the car, which puts me at about 3:30, quarter to 4-ish. It gets dark here around around 5:30. Starts to get dark. You guys can do the math. Yes, I'm still dwelling over this, me not summiting or being able to summit. It's behind me now, but and I still had, from the time I stopped, I still had about 3.5 miles to 3.5 to 4 miles to go before the summit. Now, and there's some scrambling in there, whatever. So you can do that math. And not just that, but I had to come back the 4-ish plus another 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. So you can see, you know, a total of 16 miles for the day, 15 to 16 miles for the day. I was not going to make it for time. Now I just kind of looked at, someone mentioned to me, they're like, oh, you're taking the hard way, huh? Check out this. Okay, you guys remember the spring I talked about that I found? I think this is that spring. It's turned into a full-on stream. The spring is now a stream. But anyway, yeah, somebody had mentioned to me when I was headed up there a couple days ago that they're like, oh, you're taking the hard way? What do you mean the hard way? I thought this was going to be an easy way. No, it's the hard way. So I looked up from one of the other trailheads. Now keep in mind, this is not a trailhead to summit that mountain. This is a trailhead to other trails. It just so happens that you can take a trail to get up there if you're a mountain goat. Anyhow, so from the trail, the Timpanogos trailhead, it takes about 4.5 hours to summit. That's like without breaks, because it's like 7.5 miles from the trailhead to the summit. 4.5 hours. Now, why didn't I think of that to begin with? Why didn't I look into that to begin with? So that's 9 hours. Now, if I'm going up the hard way, well, it's obviously going to take me a lot longer, especially up a goat trail, to summit, and then try to come back. So I would have been well into dark, in which, like I said before, I wouldn't want to do that. What a great camp spot. Look at this. The problem is it's right on the trail. Look at that fire pit. I mean, my goodness. These trees are screaming hammock. Oh yeah, there's a trail going down into there. Oh, to another big fire pit down there. Oh man, I gotta remember that. Down in there, hammock. Nice pine setting. Oh man, that smells good. There's kind of a trail going down here as well. Up on the other side, looks like there's a tent pad on the other side. Tent pad over there. There's all kinds of spots here to tent, to camp. Nice. Problem with this one is like right on the trail, like I said. But anyhow, so some lessons learned here, you guys, is that number one, I didn't do my homework. I just kind of went out on a whim and was winging it. And I tend to do that a lot. But this was something that's a little more serious. And, you know, this is one mountain that you need to take serious, especially when there's snow and ice on there. Now, I know there's a lot of people that have summited that thing with lots and lots of snow on it, you know, getting the mountaineering equipment out and stuff like that. And I would love to do that. Water coming down fast. Yeah, I would love to do that, but you've got to be prepared for that stuff. So, another lesson learned, well, it all comes down to planning. I just didn't plan that right. I didn't do my homework to find out about that goat trail. Seriously, there's no good solid trail going up that first mile that I went. Mile and a little bit. I'm sure once I got to the summit, it's probably a decent trail. But I you know, with the timing and not feeling comfortable with the conditions on that north face, I just didn't do it. So really the lesson learned here, you guys, just, you know, from me especially, is the planning part of it. And then of course yesterday, not getting up early enough to get closer. Not that I wanted to pack my pack up that flipping goat trail. Holy crap, no way. Am I in the right trail? When I came up, I don't recall being on this side of the mountain. But I do recall crossing that stream. So I guess this trail must go, yeah, because I can see the trail down over there. So, oh, okay, that's right. That's right. I go back through these pines down here and it cuts back, switches back and crosses the stream again, a little sketchy bridge. Back across the stream there and back over on that side. So, yeah, so I was thinking, you know, if I got up earlier, I could have got closer, but I probably wouldn't have wanted to pack my pack up that steep terrain. I mean, it was definitely, I'll have to look, but I'm guessing it was about, I don't know, 15 to 1,700 foot in gain in a mile. It might be more, I don't know, I'll have to check it out and see, but that was insane. And it's not like there was really a place up there to tent anyway, because I didn't see another place to tent. So again, it falls right back to preparation, doing your homework, knowing where you're going, and what you're doing. At least on short trips, right? So, yeah. But had a great weekend. Got cold this morning. It's warmed up now. It's in its probably upper 20s. Man, it might even be in the lower 30s actually. But I don't know if you can see down there and see the trail. Oh, hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. How about
now we got Mr. Hunter sneaking up behind me. I'll let you go ahead.
Spend the night?
A couple of nights, yeah.
How was it?
It was awesome.
Nice. Some elk?
I saw proof of elk, but I didn't see any.
Yeah.
A lot of deer.
Nice.
So, is that what you're hunting?
No, I was after grouse today.
Oh, I guess that would, yeah, shotgun. See any of them?
No, not today. Last time I was up here I got 3, but...
Saw some turkeys.
Nice. Yeah, I've got a few of those up here, but that's during the springtime.
Well, all right, here's our switchback I was talking about, guys, and this will take us back down across that sketchy bridge. But, all right, guys, well, I'm going to take off, and we'll see you guys later, all right? Goodbye.